Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Florentino Perez, Zinedine Zidane, Ricky Martin, Tapas and Ibiza. Go and have a siesta, Real Madrid, because you've taken one hell of a beating today. Paul Pogba to Manchester United is a done deal. I may be overreacting a little bit. I've even put done deal in the description because I tell you what, remove the question mark. It can stay there with an exclamation mark because it is a done deal. And I tell you what, for all those people who've been negative, not agreeing with it, disappointed by what we've been doing on the United Stand for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I can tell you we were 100% right. Never professed to be in the know. Obviously get told some things, but it's been done for weeks. And I hope everybody now will accept that because the Adidas advert, if you've not seen it, is at least 3 weeks old, at least. Because we know Pogba's been in Miami, hasn't he? So if you've not seen, I've got Dan to speak to in a moment, but if you've not seen the Adidas thing, basically it's a follow-on from the blah, blah, blah thing yesterday. He's there with the paper. He goes into a playground. There's a big billboard. Half of it, well, it's a Manchester United emblem. Half of it's got white paint on it. It goes outside Old Trafford and comes back to Pogba. Let me just give you a little lesson in marketing. There is absolutely no way that this Pogba to Manchester United deal is not being done. It is absolutely 100% superb marketing by Adidas, who've clearly taken it over. And for anybody who thinks the white paint is something to do with Real Madrid, do you really think that Adidas are going to mug off and troll their biggest clients on an advert for millions of people out there? If he went to Real Madrid now, it would make us look like complete idiots. It's not going to happen. And just the cherry on the top as well, when Craig Norwood, who's the Manchester United photographer on Twitter, follows Pogba, when he does something like that, it's done anyway. But it's been done for weeks. I'm going to get Dan's reaction because it is absolutely superb. And I don't care who says clickbait. Get on there, whatever you like. It's done. It's been done for weeks. And I tell you what, we've got a cigar on for many reasons, but I want to get Dan's view anyway.
Whoever says that's the hot because Pog boom has happened. When it's finally come, as you've been saying for weeks, as United fans been saying for weeks, absolutely buzzing. You know what? We're back, man, are back. You can tell the whole world's reaction. Every other football team around the world, they're in so much negativity and jealousy because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. It's the big coup of in years. I think this move is in years. We've swallowed our pride as well. Yeah, we let him go for free. So what? We've swallowed our pride. We're bringing him back. It's time for change. We're coming back. We're coming back. Those last 3 years now, they're gone. So we're just moving forward now.
It with me, and hopefully I've just tried something that'll help Dan's out as well. But that's what you get with what? That's what you get with live views. But let's just fly into this. There's something that I'm going to sort of wait until it's done officially. It's done. It's been done for weeks. I'm so happy, and I'll keep saying it now because it's so obvious. I want to say a massive shout out, like I did on Twitter, to DiMarzio. He deserves a load of credit because for him to get everything he's got right this summer as a journalist is ridiculous, and he's been right every time early. He's been superb. As I said, I think Adidas are handling it brilliant. The way they're engaging with the fans, no brand's ever really done that before, and hopefully that's the way forward because it's great for us, the fan, that brands want to engage with us and entertain us like that. Absolutely superb. Juventus are going to have to announce this. I hope they act with class. I really do. I like Juventus. I've liked Juventus for a long time. I will judge them tomorrow on how they react to this Pogba thing, because if they've got sour grapes when they're taking £100 million for a player they got for nothing and they robbed offers, they should just take it on the chin, wish him all the best. They got 3 years out of him. He never should have left United in the first place, and they're getting a whole load of money for it. So screw the money. I don't even care about the money. I've said that so many times. I cannot give a damn about the money. The reality is we are getting a world-class midfielder who's going to make us so much better. And we can start now to address the dream. And the dream is that Paul Pogba is a Manchester United player very, very soon officially. And he comes into that team and he gives us loads and loads of options. We're going to talk a little bit later about the players who are probably going to go. I don't really want to dwell on it too much. But as Lynn Hall's just said, winter has arrived. I've wanted to use that for over a year. A year ago, around in May, I did a reaction. I lost my cool. Sometimes I do. And I said, you know, Madrid wind me up so much with De Gea just nicking him like they always come and nick Ronaldo and everything like that. And I said one day very soon in the next couple of years, winter is coming for Real Madrid because they can't keep doing what they're doing. British football is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. and Manchester United are going to be at the top of that tree, and we will destroy Real Madrid. And with this Pogba deal, we have destroyed them. Don't put yourself down as Manchester United. Don't underestimate how big this deal is in world football. There's going to be a lot of bitters out there saying we've wasted money and having a go at us. But the reality is we are right back at the top. We're going places we've never, ever been before. And I personally think that this deal to Real Madrid will just not, it's going to absolutely destroy them. Absolutely destroy them. And what makes it even better, Dan, is that at the start of the week, we weren't sure whether Real Madrid were even in for him. Over the last few days, they are coming. They've come in officially, and the reality is it's too late. He's already agreed to come with us, and they can't deal with this financially anyway.
Yeah, definitely. You know, a few years ago, if Real Madrid started sniffing around the deal, even this week, we were thinking, oh, you know, crap, they might actually start. So something might happen, but they can't compete anymore. I think that their dominance is over. It's over. It's over and done now, especially with all this money going into the Premier League. Even the other teams in the Premier League can compete. But us, we are literally on a higher level. I can't even remember a deal as big as this, as a big of a statement for Man United. I mean, you look back to even Fergie's last big signings, it's not as big as this. I mean, people think that us fans are really over-exaggerating what this means, but to dominate the market, the transfer market, how we've done, and especially, we're in Europa League. I think people forget that. We're in Europa League, and we've signed Zlatan and Pogba in one transfer window. It's just ridiculous. You think about it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's worth spending a few minutes on that and taking some of your comments, because don't do yourself down. I think as Manchester United fans, because we've been so successful in the past, don't forget where we've been for the last 3 years, like Dan says. Don't forget that we've been crap for 3 years. We were in the Europa League. We're not in the Champions League. We've got no right to go and buy one of the best players in the world, break the world transfer record, and everybody will be going absolutely mad. Some MUFC Jonathan's saying there, Hala Madrid, that's their saying, is it? I'll say, ha Madrid, because you've been screwed over, and I've been waiting for this for a long time. I don't like you. I've never liked you. I don't like that you're fans and the way you boo your legends. And this is for you, and it's for football as well, because they've bullied everyone for a long time. And Manchester United, we might be the top of the tree now. We might be breaking the world transfer record, and anything is possible now. But we'll never act arrogantly like you do. Like last summer on that video, you were all over the De Gea thing, going, we're bigger than you, la, la, la. I ain't got time to go on Real Madrid videos gloating about it. I just want Manchester United to be good, and we don't boo our legends, and we're not going to be arrogant with it in the way that you are. We're just a big club, and we're going to act classy. But it is absolutely huge. It's huge, absolutely huge that we can do this deal, and two, the ramifications in Spain. You know, they're off for Sissoko. He got relegated with Newcastle. That's their signing of the summer. Gomez has gone to Barcelona. We've got Paul Pogba. We are the team, Manchester United, this summer in the whole of world football. We're making the marquee signings, plural, signings. We are absolutely superb. I feel like someone's going to come in and wake me up and I'm in a coma, because if somebody said at the start of the summer, you're going to get Marino, which is what I wanted, you're going to get Zlatan, you're going to get Mkhitaryan, and you're going to get Pogba, I'd have said, what drugs are you on? What are you on about? This is ridiculous. And if we sell Fellaini, I think I've died and gone to heaven. It's ridiculous what's going. And what I would say is enjoy this. Enjoy it now. Enjoy this summer. Enjoy these next few hours before Pogba is official, because I don't think we'll ever get a summer like this again, Dan. I really don't. I want to go to the comments in a moment, but I don't think we'll ever get a summer like this. To get a world-class manager, Zlatan, who's going to be, you know, one in a million lifetime sort of player. He's a legend. Pogba, Mkhitaryan, we will never do this. No matter what we do next year, we will never do it on this scale, because manager and that many, it's just ridiculous.
No, I don't think we're ever going to get a summer like this, and the reason being is because our club, as it was, it lost its way. We were building the foundation that we lost our identity for 3 years. So this summer, all this done, you know, as Joe said, you can think of the club in two ways. You can think of the 3 years, and you can think of the history. With this summer wiped out those last 3 years. We've put back in the signings that we need. We've got the world-class manager. This should have to happen again. Even Ed Woodward now has got the sign he needs to sort of say, look, I can do David Gill's job now. We've got the manager there as well that can say, look, he's not ever going to be Fergie, but we've got the faith in him now and the confidence. This summer has fixed all the wrongs that's happened in the last 3 years.
I'll be honest, I would have just took Jose because I know he could sort our squad out. But to do what he's done, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And just to add a little bit of humour into this, I can confirm Alex, who was on the show last night, a regular on the panelist, he's still not sure. He's still not sure. And I've just read a comment on a direct message from Martin, who's part of the United Standings. He said, I've watched the advert a few times. I'm starting to think it's a done deal. Come on, lads. You're giving the United Stand a bad name. We'll get some of that Nescafe jar and have a good smell of it, because you need to wake up and smell the coffee. It's a done deal. I can't believe people now are still unsure based on that Adidas advert. I mean, there's a comment there from Drawty. We were talking as well, because obviously he's great with the images and marketing. And we were both saying it's just been superb by Adidas, the way they've handled it. But for anybody not to think, after seeing the one today, where Pogba's on an advert for about 20 seconds with a banner that's got Manchester United on it, what more do you want? I mean, it would be totally mugging off Manchester United if it didn't happen by Adidas, who are never going to do that to their biggest clients, and Pogba's their biggest other clients. It's just brilliant marketing, and they are still teasing us, but they're giving us a bit more every day. But it's done. It's 100% done. Right, let's take some of your comments. The Drawty Devil says, pretty sure my winter's coming image needs to come back. I forgot about that. We do need that. Winter is coming. Yeah, Woods M3, and I'm loving that. I love the Game of Thrones anyway, but I'm loving that the winter is coming. Was started on the United Stand over a year ago, and now it's just kicking off. Get it hashtagging. Winter is coming for Real Madrid, because the ramifications. I'm going to do a whole video on this, because it is absolutely massive. We've been in the shadow of La Liga, Barcelona and Real Madrid, the whole of world football for decades with their Galacticos. This is huge. I mean, Pogba to Manchester United is huge, but we are huge, Manchester United. It's not Chelsea or City who've done it. Manchester United, again, leading the way. We've destroyed La Liga with this deal, and don't underestimate that. We actually have. They can't compete with us, and we've taken the marquee signing this summer, and they can't deal with us. And don't disbelieve the fact that Real Madrid wanted it. Zidane yesterday was hinting he wanted it, and they've said, no, he's going to United, and you can't deal with it. And that is massive. Just do not underestimate that. Do you rate Aubameyang, John Solaris? I couldn't give a damn about anybody else at the moment. We're Pog booming here. We're Pog booming all over Real Madrid. Marcus Fosu and Menza being sold or loaned. We'll talk about that in a minute. Next summer, Griezmann, says Guru Red Devil. Yeah, but as I said, I think anything is possible now. Absolutely anything is possible for this club. We've got to deliver on the pitch, but let's enjoy what we've got at the moment, because this summer is just ridiculous. You'll never see it again. Mark, do you think he'll sign tonight? Charlie Ty? Everybody who's been given his information has said tomorrow. I still think he's in America, but we'll just have to wait and see. I froze there. I thought I'd lost you all. You are wrong, says Amajit. Still summer and more players to follow. Yeah, I still think there will be more to come in, but already this is just beyond it. Sending out shockwaves through football, says Dave Poulton. I'd even let Pogba sleep with your mum if he just hurry up and sign, says George. How do you know my mum's not dead? I'm getting drunk now because Pog boom, says Johnny Blars. Well, we're all having a beer if we drink. If you don't, have a glass of water. It's just as nice with a bit of ice. And James Rodriguez next. Who cares? Who gives a damn about who's next? Don't get greedy. Don't go down the Man City route or Chelsea and become mercenary. Remember what we are. We're a classy club. We've always been a classy club. We've still got to remember about what our origins are. This summer, I want it to be a one-off. We needed these signings. We needed this manager. I don't necessarily want us to do it every summer, because then you go down the route of becoming what the likes of Chelsea, City, Real Madrid are. We've still got to remember what our roots are. I think that's really important. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say Pogba, says Wayne Littlewood. The video and sound is unsynced. It's because we're live, and I would imagine because we've got a lot of people, and I would imagine because it's very busy on the internet tonight, so don't worry about it. Drop us a like, obviously, and if you are if you're new to the United Stand, do subscribe and get involved. What's the advert, says Josh Sanders. We'll talk about that again in a moment. Is Janusai staying? We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's get likes. Man United official photographer did follow. Yes, superb. Okay. I better go back to Dan and see what he thinks about things. Let's just move off Pogba for a minute and do a bit of what I would call an SHIT sandwich. We've started with a huge positive. We're going to do with a bit of the negative in the middle, and then we'll go massive positive again towards the end. There is an article. It's from a few sources, from the Daily Mail, which is rubbish, but from decent sources as well, to say that everybody's back training today for Manchester United, everyone from the Euros. So Schweinsteiger, Darmian, Martial, Schneiderlin, Fellaini. They're all back. There's a 23-man squad that's going to go to Galatasaray. It doesn't include Pereira, Twansibi, or Fosu Mensah, which is a bit disappointing. But further to that, there are 9 players who have basically been told you've got no future at the club, or you've got no future at the club this season. You go on loan for the younger players. Amongst that 9, you've got James Wilson, Wilkeen, Pereira, Fosu Mensah, Twansibi, Borthwick Jackson, and the player that's basically been told he can go is Schweinsteiger. I mean, I've got my thoughts. What are your thoughts about that, Dan?
Yeah, I read a few actually. I trust Jose with all these decisions really, but if they are going to be those players, I mean, Pereira, I'm a huge fan, always have been since the tour in America. I thought he just tore it up and he never got that chance. I really think he needs to stay at the club. Well, he can go out on loan, but I think he really needs to stay at the club. Borthwick Jackson as well. I think at left back, like he's a good backup to Shaw. I know we got Blind, but I think having these players, are going to be key in the future. Schweinsteiger, okay, he's been injury prone last season. I don't think he had the chance properly under Louis van Gaal. And the most annoying thing, like the players that are getting linked out of the club, you think to yourself, how is Jones still going to be here? Why is Rojo still going to be here? Like Fosu Mensah should be starting in front of Jones and Rojo. You know, like I don't understand some of these decisions that we are making. I think, okay, so we're going to probably keep Fellaini and get rid of Pereira. It's like, what? I don't get it.
The Schweinsteiger thing, I just do not agree with it at all. Always say it how it is on the United stand. That's what we do. That's what we implore you to do. I agree with Dan. I do trust in Jose. But as Roy Keane said, an injured Schweinsteiger is more valuable than a fit Fellaini. And that grates with me because if you were here last summer in July, the reaction I did, it was about 11 o'clock at night when we heard it. I think it was a Saturday night, Schweinsteiger come in. I've always loved the Schweinsteiger. I think he's the complete midfielder. I'm not going to lie and say that he's not coming towards the end of his career and he didn't have a bad season last year because he did. But he was playing under Louis van Gaal. Schneiderlin, Memphis, Herrera, Darmian, they all deserve a second chance this summer because they played under Louis van Gaal. And so does Schweinsteiger. He's a World Cup winner. He's the captain of one of the best national sides. He's still a very good player. And it saddens me that he's going to go when we've not seen anything like his best. And I think I would love him to stay. I accept there are issues that he got preferential treatment last season by Van Gaal, who let him go off to Germany all the time. And it caused bad feeling. And maybe Jose doesn't want that. We've got to trust in him. He's the new manager. We've not played any games. But I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go. I really like Schweinsteiger. He's one of my favourite midfielders of all time. I think he's got a lot to offer. He's a leader in a team that's not, it is lacking in confidence. It does need leaders. And I don't want him to go. I will say it openly. I do not want him to go. But you've got to stand by what the manager says. But I do agree with what Dan's saying there. The ridiculous side of it is why are we letting Schweinsteiger go and keeping Fellaini? We don't need Fellaini anymore if we're getting Pogba because Pogba's tall. He can do the heading and he can also actually play football. He's not a giraffe running around in porridge. He can play football. So I want Fellaini gone. I want Fellaini gone. When it comes to Pereira, disappointed. I'm disappointed if he's going to be loaned out. The same with Twansibi and Borthwick Jackson because I think hopefully, I would like them to have got involved. And again, this is the problem. It's the same with the problem with the squad that's going to play in Galatasaray. Pereira and Twansibi and Fosu Mensah, I know he's got a knock, should be part of that Galatasaray squad. The reason they're not is because we've got too much deadwood in the squad. People like Ashley Young, Valencia, Phil Jones, Rojo, even people like Blind. No, Blind's a good squad player, but we've got a lot of deadwood that are taking up spots. They need to be kicked out. Pereira going on loan, it might do him good. Same with Twansibi. Fosu Mensah going on loan is ridiculous. Like when he played last season, Dan, he was one of our best players. I do not get that. We don't know whether this is actually true. It's in the press at the moment to be spoken about. But Fosu Mensah is the one. I think he's more than ready for the first team, and he should be on the bench of the first team.
Yeah, like again, looking at the youth players, I can stand them going out. Especially like even down to understand them going out. But Fosu Mensah, I was the one that was absolutely sure that he can play. this year, no matter what. Because even before we said that he's going to get Pogba, I was thinking, you know what, he could probably slot in the midfield. I think he is really going to be the breakthrough youth talent that doesn't leave and really gets through the ranks and gets cemented in that team. And I think it'd be a big. I mean, we're not even playing Champions League. We've got the League Cup games, Europa League games. Like, he can do it. He's ready to do it. I don't see Jose risking his high-profile players in, some of the really crappy early Europa League games. I don't see him risking like the Pogbas of the world in those sort of games. So Fosu Mensah, that's perfect for him, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, some people are saying in the live comments that he's ill, he's not going anywhere. A lot of people watching. Should we try and get over 1,000 likes while we're live on air? We've got 666, Route 66. He was by that Pogba, wasn't he? So if you just click the like while you're watching, we will comfortably go over 1,000 live on air, which would be fantastic, because I'm going to go to some of your comments again in a moment. Some people are talking about Fellaini there. Just want to summarise what we started off with Pogba. For those who've joined us slightly later, it's done. We've been saying on here for weeks, it's done. Some people think, it's not a done deal till it's signed. It's done when a player agrees he's coming to your club. It just needs to be sorted out with the club that's going to sell him. This was done between Manchester United and Pogba and his agents and even Adidas weeks ago, because these clips that are being sent out, they've not been filmed this morning. They've been filmed a while ago, at least 2 weeks, like I said, possibly 3. So it's been done for weeks, like we've said. Adidas advert came out today, following on from the blah, blah thing. He walks into a base basketball pitch. There's a billboard. It's got Manchester United's emblem on with white paint on it. Then it goes outside Old Trafford. Then it comes back. It's happening. That's enough. But Craig Norwood, photographer, Manchester United, always leaks the deals a little bit early. He's following Pogba tonight. It's done. It's ding, dang, done. Get rid of it. Don't be a loser. Don't get all down and negative. It's done. 100%. You can take that to the bank. You can start tweeting out hashtag winter is coming, hashtag ha ha Madrid. Start giving them Madrid fans what they've been giving everyone else for years. Yeah, it's banter, but they deserve it as well. Brilliant. And as I was saying a few minutes ago, the ramifications of what we are doing with this Pogba deal will send shockwaves through football. It's the stand-up signing I've just reminded myself there, Dan. We were talking about this a couple of nights ago and saying the sad thing about this Pogba farce is that it's been rumbling on for weeks, and it's sort of taken the fun out of the deal. Everyone's just like, I just want it to be over. I'm getting bored of it. What I think is superb, I think that the ad campaign by Adidas has been brilliant, but the major brilliant thing about it is it's got us all bang excited again, when we were getting a lot of fans were getting fed up of it and saying it's going to take the shine off the Pogba signing. I think this Adidas campaign has just brought it one. It's been such a good campaign, but it's also made it just absolutely perfect.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen as good as this, especially for, a football. I thought the whole Zlatan one where he was teasing the press, I thought that was pretty good, and that was just him coordinating it. But this was so perfectly executed. It just, I just think as you said, I'm still surprised that people think that this ad was just thrown together in the last couple of hours or day. This was done probably weeks and months. Who the other guy was in the video, but that guy that looks at the wall, he's actually a rapper called Stormzy, and he's Pogba's mate. And I know for a fact that he's been touring around the world, doing his show. So for him to film that part as well, this means that this must have been really wrapped up a long time ago. So I just think, you know what? Hats off to Adidas. I think they really did Man United proud. Hats off to Man United as well, really.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm just having a little scan over Twitter and things like that, because people are saying that the medical has been done. You know what? He's not going to fail the medical. He's like, 23? He's not going to fail a medical. No chance about that at all. Let's go to some of your comments, because there's loads of you watching. You've been fantastic again. Lynn's in the house. Good, says English James, dear as heaven. What position do you think he'll play, says Don Ned? I'll go to Dan in a minute and he can give his thoughts on that. These are the things that we're going to get to enjoy over the next few days. Where are we going to go next? What's going to happen next is another thing I want to discuss as well. 1,000 likes while you're on air. Massive shout out to everybody. Brilliant as per usual. getting involved with the United Stand. The United Stand army seems to just get bigger and bigger, and hopefully it's big tonight, because there's a few people coming on who've been a bit hatish. It's felt like they've actually wanted Pogba deal to collapse just so they can say that the United Stand was wrong, because we've been saying it's been done for a few weeks. People wouldn't believe it. Some stuck by us. I'm not one of those people who says, I told you so, but we told you so. And I'm glad to say that, because I'm absolutely ecstatic that we've signed him. I can't dab. People keep saying dab. Dab for 2,000 likes. If you can pull 2,000 likes on while we're live for another 10 minutes, I'll dab for you. I'll take my top off and do whatever, but you won't get 2,000 likes. So I'm safe about that. Blame the Pickle says, get in, Mark, you beauty. Get 2,000 likes now. Yeah, I don't really want to take my top off. DiMarchio, yeah, we were talking about the other day. I'm happy to have that name in tribute to DiMarchio. He's just been brilliant. Do a dance. If we get 2,000, I will. What's really annoying is the fact that people keep judging players off the back of the Euros, says Stephen Bauer. Pogba and Ibra, the jealousy that comes from all of the fans is real. Jealousy, whatever form, is always to do with bitterness and wanting it. Jealousy, as you said. I implore the haters to keep coming on and giving us stick, because it means we are back. Will Pogba play against Leicester is an interesting point. I don't think he will. I think he'll struggle for Bournemouth. It's 2 weeks away just about, and he's still on holiday until the 6th, I think. So maybe not. But let's stick with transfers, because that's what everybody loves. Dan, do you think there's going to be more coming in?
I actually do. I really do, actually. I think, personally, once this Pogba deal's wrapped up, I've got a sneaky feeling that it's still going to get Matuidi. I really think I could see us in a position where once Pogba's wrapped up, Matuidi comes in and Fellaini comes out. That's what I'm envisioning. I can have a little French connection in the centre of the midfield with Martial on the left. That's my vision, really. Other than that, I think Jose's still sniffing around for an experienced centre back. Even if it's going to be like a 1 year or 2 year contract, I think it's just sort of better in the youthful centre backs. Other than that, I think we're pretty much covered, really. But it all depends if James Wilson's definitely going and Keane's definitely going. Who's the first striker? I'm not sure paid to be the third striker.
Yeah, it is interesting. I'm just, I've been relaxed about this Pogba deal as I keep saying every night. When it happens officially, I will let it all out. I think I've let a bit out tonight if you saw the start. But it's a fantastic position. You can't get greedy. Carrick fan says there, not being greedy, but I hope we sign a class centre-back to allow the youth players to develop without pressure. Just his opinion. Centre-back would be where I would go next. I think we do need a decent centre-back. There was a Man City fan on earlier, jealous, bitter, saying you're just buying the league. When you've won 20 and no one else has won that many, how can you say that we're buying the league? We're just trying something a bit different. We've won the league more than anybody else, and we've got a right to try anything. And we're not going to go away from our roots, which is the main thing. Jose205 says Irving Lozano. Some people, Rashid says James Rodriguez. You know what? I'll be happy if it just ends now, and we'll just have to get by with what we've got. Get by with Zlatan, Mkhitaryan and Pogba. But we probably do need a centre-back. If we get Matuidi, like Dan says, I think our midfield will go up a level, because the one thing is you've got Pogba, who's one of the best in the world. What Matuidi would offer, and I don't agree with Dan on that. I don't think we will get him. But if we did get him, what he would offer is something that we haven't got in our midfield, which is sort of like a Kante, absolutely aggressive, fast, powerful. He just eat the Premier League up, getting the ball, feeding the good players. So I wouldn't say no to him. I love Herrera, but the signings we're starting to make now, it's almost like Herrera's probably might miss the boat, if you know what I mean, because the team is getting that good. I agree with Dan again. I think we do need another striker. Gabriel Jesus. Bloody hell, Jesus. If we go and get him as well and screw City over, that would just be hilarious. I don't know loads about him, but he's a forward, so why not? Need a right winger, says Sartak. I'd like Lozano, but who knows whether that's the end of it or not? Who knows is the key. We just do not know, but we're definitely going to find out. There's still plenty of this transfer window done, and I think it's fantastic that the deals we've done. And as somebody said there, I forget the name who said it, to be an Arsenal fan, they must be absolutely suicidal, depressed, because they're just being they're being mugged off by Man United. We haven't got Champions League. I saw I think we tweeted it out as well. There's a brilliant image on Twitter today, and it was called Arsenal every time they get out the group stage of the Champions League. And it was, the Looney Tunes, that's all, folks. It was like with an Arsenal badge on it, because they just go out. I mean, who cares if they're in the Champions League? But their owner has even come out and said, we can't deal with the amount of money that everyone else is spending. Just absolutely hilarious. But somebody just said, says, please read L'Equipe say Pogba is on his way to undergo a medical. I wouldn't be surprised if it's official tomorrow. I hope it is. But Dan, where's Pogba going to play for you, do you think? Where will he play in that midfield three? Is he going to be number 10? Is he going to be box to box? He certainly won't be defensive midfielder, surely, because that didn't work in the Euros.
No, I mean, ideally, in an ideal world, I'll actually like him at number 10. Realistically, he's not going to be at the number 10. I see Mkhitaryan's going to be there. So for me, he's going to just a box to box in the centre of the park. I think this season, I can see him this season being box to box, centre of the park, and then phasing, because I don't think people realise as well how young he is. I was looking at it today. His birthday was only in March. So I think with his youthful leg, I can see him pushing forward in the number 10 once Rooney's gone next season. Definitely think he's gone next season. And then Mkhitaryan going out to the right. So for this season, box to box, centre of the park. Next season, number 10 advanced role.
That's the brilliance of it. I mean, he's only just turned 23. We're going to get his prime years. We were saying last week that actually people had joked that he's only been on loan and he's coming home. But the reality is, I think if we'd kept him, Sir Alex still would have retired. He'd have had to play a season under Moyes, 2 under Van Gaal. He'd still be developing as the great player he is. In a crap team with poor tactics, he'd probably be going to Madrid this summer. This way round, he's gone to Juventus. He's played loads of Champions League football in a decent side. He's probably developed at a better rate because he's been playing under a better manager. He's coming back now. He's going to be here for at least 3 years, which means we're going to get his prime years. It's a perfect deal for Manchester United. Absolutely perfect. Aristocrat says he's going to be number 8, which Jan the Man agrees with and says box to box. Somebody there, my main worry is for my favourite United player, Herrera, says Lynn. She doesn't want any more midfielders. And she would put first back up to Pogba and Rooney. Herrera. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Alex Chandarov says, wonder if they actually told him we're not in the Champions League. It's a massive, 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 massive thing. And I think Dan sort of touched on it there. I think this will be Rooney's last season. You can take that one to the bank now and come back in a year's time and say you were right about that. I think he will be gone next summer. I think he'll break the goals record this year and then he'll be gone because he's on the decline. And I think he might end up being used sparingly, which is fine. I still think he's got a lot to offer. And I agree with Dan. I think then you'd probably move Mkhitaryan or Pogba into the number 10. And you've got people like Fosu and Pereira and stuff coming through. So this season for us is about the league. It was an interesting comment from John Barnes, ex-Liverpool player, saying, if you win the Europa League but you come 10th in the league, what does it matter? Well, you get in the Champions League, I suppose, but it's all about the league for us this year. We're not in the Champions League. I'd rather we were putting our B team out in the Europa League, put all our big players in the league and just go out for it. Pogba, Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, play them in the league, focus on the league. Let's go for the league. I don't think we've got any right to win the league, but Leicester won it last year. We're coming from a really bad position, but I think these signings, I think it's unfair, Dan, for us to be favourite for the league because I think that's a massive ask from where we're coming. Yeah, we've bought some great players, but we've still got a lot of players from last year who are going to have a hangover from Van Gaal. But we certainly can win the league. I'm not expecting it, but we can win it. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I'm expecting it. Of course, it's unfair. I mean, look at our 3 years of performance, but I mean, I was watching that Zlatan interview today when he just said, he didn't come here to look at the weather, he came here to win, and he doesn't stop until he wins. And then you see Jose, and he wants everything. Of course, we're not going to get everything, but he wants everything. Yeah, when you've got people like Zlatan, Jose, I mean Pogba, even though he's young, look how arrogant he is, how full of himself he is. We need that. When we're going out now, when the season starts and we're going out and our players come off that bus, coming out of that tunnel, people can start feeling fear to play us. That's back now. I honestly believe that's back. And I mean, with that squad now, it's with Pogba, name me a team that's better than us in the league. Like, on paper. Of course, we have to gel, but he's better than us on paper now.
No, it's a great point. I mean, if anybody hasn't seen the preview for the Galatasaray game, and you look at that starting lineup, I said, you know, it's not a surprise, but you've got De Gea in goal, you've got Darmian right back, Shaw left back, Smalling and Bailly, you've got Carrick or Schneidlin or hopefully Schweinsteiger holding that midfield, you've got Herrera box to box, you've got Rooney 10, Mkhitaryan right, Martial left, Zlatan up front. That team it's not just a league-winning team. With the right manager, it's one of the best teams in the world. You then take Herrera out and put Pogba in, it goes up another level. You then take Smalling or Bailly out and bring an experienced centre-back in, it goes in another level. It's ridiculous what we've got. And we've also got the biggest sign of all, a world-class manager. We were never a bad team under Van Gaal. We were on the pitch, but we never had a bad squad. We were just managed by a complete and utter imbecile who just did not grasp that European boring tactics don't work in the Premier League. You've got to be more adventurous. We've got a lot of good players already. You've got Luke Shaw, who's like a new signing. We've got 3 world-class signings coming in as well. We've got an absolutely fantastic side. We're having a really exciting summer as it is. But when the league kicks off, I'm expecting big things because the signings that we've got are absolutely massive. Carrick fans just added something in there, which is very important, which I remember from doing a Gabriel Jesus video a few weeks ago. There's 5 clubs who only have to spend £29 million on him. We are one of them. I think it's Barcelona, Real Madrid, I think Man City. I'm not sure. Carrick fan might come to it. And then it's like either PSG or Bayern Munich. So at the end of the day, that if we want him, that will come down to where he wants to go. And, you know, yeah, we haven't got Champions League football, but we have got Pogba, Zlatan, Mkhitaryan and Marino. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. I would take him. I probably would prefer Irving Lozano because I just think we've got great support in Mexico. It'd be great to get another Mexican in like we had Hernandez. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Sky Italia are reporting done deal now. You know what? Do you need a weatherman to show you it's raining? It's a done deal. It's a done deal. The Adidas thing proves it. There's so many things that prove it. Demarcio, whatever, United stand, Demarcio, Craig Norwood, the photographer following Pogba. It's done. You don't need. I know some people are just overly concerned no matter what, but it is done. Don't worry about it. Dave Polton saying it's a shame we didn't get Renato Sanchez. Pogba and Sanchez would have been amazing. Would we have gone for both? Do you think we would have gone for both, Dan?
No, I don't think we would have. I don't even think we would have dreamed to think about getting both. I think if we would have got Sanchez, they would have even considered Pogba. And even after Sanchez went to Bayern, I don't think they even thought they would have got Pogba. But we got him, you know. So yeah.
No, I think the Sanchez deal was probably the last mess up by Woodward. But I think Woodward's a brilliant businessman when it comes to noodle deals, but when it comes to transfer deals, I think he needed guiding, like Dan was saying at the start. And Van Gaal and Moyes just weren't the right people. He gets Jose, and Jose tells him what to do, and he's gone and done it. And I think maybe that's what he needed, and he'll learn from it now. He needed this summer to get proper deals done, and hopefully Woodward now over the next few years will become the chief executive. David Gill wills. Well, in fact, David Gill didn't really go out and sign that many, but he was a good chief executive. Carrick fans just clarifying that the top 5 clubs for Gabriel Jesus are PSG, United, Barca, Real and Bayern Munich. But I suppose if Man City offer 40 million, they'll probably want him to go there. It's a bit of a weird thing, that. But you only ever read Lynn Hall and Carrick fans' messages, says Gia Cleary. Do we? Pogba is signed, comforted, as Marcus followed him on Twitter. Bryn Holdford. I don't think I'm not following him. I don't think. I don't normally follow players. Can't be bothered. But yeah, I've not followed him yet. I suppose that I'll do that to put the cherry on the cake. How does the ad prove it? Says Bathe HD. He's either a worm or naive. I mean, if I could see your comment come back there, Bathe HD, I'd say, why doesn't it prove it? Why doesn't Paul Pogba walking through a basketball pitch with a big banner of Manchester United right in front of him with white paint on it? Why does that not mean to you that it's a done deal, considering it's Adidas, we're their biggest client, he's their second biggest player after Messi? Why would they put Pogba next to our banner when we want to sign him, and everyone knows we want to sign him, for him then to go somewhere else or stay at Juventus, it would be the biggest up yours to Manchester United ever, and you wouldn't do that to support who are going to go out and buy your new shirts. We've got another one coming out. The white one's coming out soon. Why would you go and isolate and ridicule a load of your customers? Not going to happen. It's basic marketing, and it's a brilliant bit of marketing. And people say, well, what does the white paint mean? I would say my interpretation, Dan, would be that white paint basically means blah, 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 that Real Madrid are in for him, trying to pour paint onto Manchester United's deal. He's coming to Manchester United. I mean, that's my interpretation. I could be totally wrong.
I don't even know what that interpretation would mean. I mean, I had a weird thing thinking that paint was getting thrown on it, saying, "Look, this white's like clean now. We had you had a little bad time leaving United. Let's paint over it now, and let's begin." Because if you see closely, it leaves 16 in the new season starting. So forget what's happened. White, fresh start. But look, there's no point of doubt it's happening. I mean, you got United, as you said, in the video. You've got Pogba in the video. You've got all answers start following them. It's not a coincidence. You've got his agent saying blah blah blah. Then they've got a video of Jose saying blah blah blah, and now this is saying blah blah blah. It's just, if you don't think it's real, then I don't know what else to say to you.
I know. It really is so done. So done. And as I said, that advert's been filmed for a number of weeks. So when we've been saying, and others have been saying, it's been a done deal for a number of weeks, and people are like, it's not done, they're still trying to sort out the deal. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago that we did a video saying that Pogba and Raiola had agreed the package of £13 million a year and whatever else. And that clearly was the case. And then Adidas have just took over and done this filming, which is brilliant. Barclays Premiership, winter is coming. Oh, can't wait. The official thing will just be superb. And obviously stick with the United stand for that, because I'm going to go off on one again. Jack, good point. I missed it. Thomas Abbott saying, how many goals and assists do you think Pogba will get next season? And do you think it's between him, Zlatan and Mkhitaryan for PFA Player of the Year? I think they're things that we will talk in due course. But for the moment, do we need to start guessing and things like that? I'll be just happy if we start playing good football. Let's not forget where we're coming from. I'll be just happy if we play entertaining football next year. We're on the edge of our seats and we enjoy it. And I think we're definitely going to, because that is the biggest thing. People took a pop at us last Christmas when we were saying Van Gaal needs to go. They were like, back your manager, this, that and the other. But I had enough of watching poor football for 2 years. That's not Manchester United. We've got to remember that, and we've got to remember where we are. And what I can guarantee you is we are going to be entertained next year. And that's all you can ask. That's all you can ask as a United fan. And if you entertain, you'll win games. And if you win games, you'll win trophies. So that's what it's got to go. Somebody was saying just talk defenders for a couple of minutes. It begins and ends with Manolas. I think Koulibaly is going to go to Chelsea. And Arsenal need a defender now that Mertesacker's got an injury. I do like the look of that Mustafi from Valencia for 25 million. But for me, it begins and ends with Manolas, Dan. I don't know what you think. Yeah,
100%. That's the guy that I want to sign. And I think say that Arsenal do it as well. He ain't going to go to Arsenal anyway. So I think if we go out for him, I think we'll get him. And I think we might do. I just really think that they want to get this Pogba deal wrapped up. And now I think Jose's not stupid. He knows he needs another defender, and I think he will be the key. He'll be another key signing. He'll be another like a Mkhitaryan, where it's superstar, but it's key and it's essential. So I think we go ahead and get him. We can.
I do agree with what a lot of people have been saying in the live comments, that this Pogba deal, and Dan was saying, won't be the end. I'm not saying it will be. I'm just saying I'm so happy with this deal. It's massive. I mean, I would have took Marino and Pogba, because I think I've not even mentioned it really. We're breaking the world transfer record. Repeat that to yourself in the mirror and see if you can stop yourself from fainting. Manchester United are breaking the world transfer record. I wish I could go back 2 months and just speak to myself when I was in despair with Van Gaal and say, you know what, just enjoy winning the FA Cup, because in 2 months' time, Van Gaal will be sacked. You'll have Jose Mourinho, Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, Pogba, and you'll break the world transfer record, and it still won't even be August. I think I would just say, what you on about? Where have you come from? I'm on, like I say, I'm on drugs. It's ridiculous, and we should enjoy it. Definitely should enjoy it. And there is still a lot of time left, and we might buy more players. But I think what Jose's doing this summer is he's just come in. He didn't sit on his arse when he got sacked by Chelsea. And again, I want to remind people about this. Jose got sacked by Chelsea. He's got the press against him this year. They're already putting Pep up there and him down there. He is a wounded animal, just like Manchester United are. When you combine the two, they're going to bite this summer. But the great thing about Jose is, between Christmas and the end of the season, he wasn't sat on his backside moaning. He's been out scouting. He's had a plan, and he's come in, and I think he's gone, right, I need this, this, and this. Get me this, this, and this. I'll bed them in next season. If we get it right, we might win the league. And then the year after, we're going for the Champions League. And the great thing is, next season, we'll go for the Champions League, but we'll have Pogba, Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, and everyone else he's bought bedded into our team. So that we hit the ground running next year, maybe bring Griezmann in as well. So just, who knows? But Dan, I know you're off on holiday. So I just want to say, have a great holiday. I can't remember where you said you were going and how long you're going for. But I wish I was, because I'd be on the old... it's not Spain, is it?
Yeah, it is Spain, actually. I'm going to Ibiza tomorrow, so I'll be there until next week. So I'll be back in time for the Leicester game, which I can't wait. But yeah, going off to Ibiza, mate. So if I see any Madrid fans, I'll smile at them.
Yeah. Sangria, bit of Ricky Martin and all that lot. Yeah, give it to them large, because they've given it to us for a long time. Joel Murray says it's actually there's 6'3" of snow in Madrid. It's snowing in Madrid. It's official. It's snowing in Madrid because winter is coming, and they're about to get frozen out of their King's Landing hot empire, where they've been conducting their horrible tyrant monopoly for so long. And the Kings of the North, Manchester United, are coming down to King's Landing. It's snowing and winter is coming, and we are taking over. We are taking over world football, because that is what this club should always be about, and we will do it the right way. We'll still remember what we are. We'll still bring the youth through. We'll still play entertaining football. But when them big bullies want to mix it, we'll mix it back. And I think that's superb. And I'm really proud of the club. And you know what? I've given Edward Wood so much stick over the last 2 years. When I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. And I think he's been brilliant. I think he's been guided by Jose, and I think he's got it right this summer. And let's not forget that as well. People deserve forgiveness. People deserve a second chance. And he's got it spot on this summer with a little help from his friends. He's been superb. I think DiMarzio has been absolutely amazing. A massive shout out for him. I couldn't be DiMarzio if it wasn't for him. He's been so good. And as I keep saying, he's clearly got a link into the club, because he's not only got it right. For a journalist to get it right, I was saying last night, I've got a few things wrong over the last 18 months. Everybody does, but he's got it in relation to United 100% right every time. For a journalist to do that is superb. And I want to say it again, I'll repeat it again. Real Madrid, suck it up and go and sit in a corner and sit there for the next decade, because Manchester United are back and we're here to take your crown. We are making the biggest marquee signing of the summer. You tried to muscle in on it. It's like sticking your nose in a beehive. You got stung. You can't afford it. Get out. You're wearing trainers. You're not coming into this club. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. So thanks everybody for watching. We've had loads of you watching there tonight. We're approaching the weekend. I'm sure we'll get an official announcement tomorrow. As soon as we do, we'll whack a video up for you as usual. And we will be live again tomorrow night. It might be slightly later. I might go out and have a few drinks after work tomorrow just to celebrate. And so it probably won't be 8:30. It might be 9, 9:30, but we'll definitely do a video when he signs. And obviously, Dan's off on holiday, so we'll see him next week. Hope he has a great time in Spain. I think he should walk around with a United top with Pogba on it, saying "Ha ha Madrid" on the front. But thanks everybody for watching. Do 1,400 likes on a live stream. That's absolutely eclipsed what we've ever done before on a live stream. So, and what a day to do it on the day where essentially Pogba is official. Saturday we're playing. It just gets better and better this summer with Manchester United. We've actually got a game to watch on Saturday as well. 6:30, Galatasaray. Join us for our watch along. You can watch the game and watch it live through ourselves on the United Stand. And brilliant. I'm absolutely superbly happy. Really, really happy. I'll pass you on to Dan to say goodbye, and I shall see you all tomorrow.
Yeah, cheers guys. Cheers Mark for having me again. And cheers guys for look. We broke the likes record. I think some of the highest was the other day, 800. But you guys smashed 1,000, 2,000. But I did promise a couple dabs if you got 1,000, so I'll give them to you to make you guys happy. Only because Pogba signed. So. And that's all you having. See you later.
Thanks, everybody. I've just forgotten to come back and say, look, if you want to get involved with United Stand, obviously we've got our Patreon website in the video description before to contribute. But also we did a competition last night, 9 of you to do a private hangout. I've had all the emails. You can still apply in the description below. I was going to announce the winners tonight, just haven't had a chance to look. So nobody's been announced yet, and we will announce it on the live show tomorrow night. So join in for that. But thanks everybody watching. Speak to you all soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Pogba's coming. It's just an unbelievable summer. Keep enjoying it, and keep enjoying it with United Stand. And peace out. It's a horrible world, but when you're a United fan, it's fantastic. Speak to you all later.